A noob guide for beginners. So says it all. It's not necessarily a good guide, but I think it's something that could be useful for some people that are just starting to play this game. The first thing you want to do is mark down on a piece of paper the server that you play on, as the game does a poor job of remembering where you last played in many instances. And it's been like that for nearly a decade that I've been experiencing this. So mark down where you want to play. Okay? Once you're in the game, one of the first things you're going to want to do is run around. Now, I'm on a dangerous island. So I kind of have a little bit of backup with me. You're not going to have this backup. You're going to have your bare hands. Use the triangle or Y, depending on your platform. And you're just going to want to go around and collect berries and stuff like that. You're going to pick up maybe a couple of rocks, but you'll pick up fiber from these plants. As you can see, we've got like 4.5 times harvesting, so these add up pretty quickly. And in the bushes, the smaller ones, you're going to pick up some berries. Those are important for very, very early onset of survival, as you're going to want to go to your inventory by hitting B or circle. You're going to want to highlight over and follow the button prompt and go ahead and eat these berries. You're going to not want to eat the black and the white berries. The black berries will put you to sleep because they're used for narcotics, for knocking out animals. And the white berries are used to make you incredibly thirsty. So you don't want that. They're used for like cooking and stuff like that. I'm going to see if I can maybe pick up some of these berries that I was talking about, even though that's not something I want to waste too much time on. You really can't mistake in the berries. Like, you will see them. They're white, and you can even read the description if you're unsure. You can literally go over the berry and read it, and it'll tell you, hey, this could make you dehydrated. This might mess with your torpidity and knock your ass out. Okay? So start collecting those. Keep watch of the bottom right. Those are your stats. The water droplet is your thirst. The pork is your food. The lightning's your stamina. The plus is your health. And that little engram symbol at the bottom right, at the very bottom, is how close you are to leveling up. We're going to go near a water. Chances are you're going to find water. You're going to need to find it because it's important. And you're going to quote-unquote collect it with triangle or Y. Listen to the gulping sound. No, I picked up a stone. Nope. Okay, seriously? You heard that? Hopefully you did. That means that you quenched your thirst. As you're punching, you're gathering, you're doing all this stuff, you're going to be gaining XP. The first pinnacle point of the game, in my opinion, is level 7, because that's where you can make a bed. And a bed's incredibly important because when you die, you're going to be able to set your spawn at your bed so that you don't have to keep running around all over the map. So I want to go into that in a little bit of detail here. So again, circle or B to look at our inventory. Okay, at the very top here, that's your inventory. You can go ahead to your engram points. As you level up, which is marked on the side here, this is the level you need to be to learn all the stuff that's to the side. You're going to want to pick up stone pick, which you learn right away, I think, when you start the game. Like I said, with that stone there. Wood and thatch. Go ahead and craft one of those. This one you need flint. Wood and thatch to make your hatchet/axe. And I'll explain what each one does after in a moment there. And then make a spear if you can. The spear you're going to use to kill some small animals so that you can get some hide, aka leather. And then with the fiber that you've been getting, make yourself some pants, a shirt, a water skin once you get some hide, some gloves. This will help with a little bit of protection here. A little bit of armor, a little bit of cold, a little bit of heat resistance. The gloves and the boots require a bit of hide. You need to kill an animal for that. Okay? And then, of course, like a thatch foundation, which we'll get into in a second, is to make like a small base and then like a storage box to put your stuff in so that if you die, you can go and get it back. Sleeping bags are cool, but they're a one-time use. It tells you right there. Single-use respawn point. And then number 7 is the big one. That's where you can make your simple bed. Put it down. And you're good to go permanently so long as something doesn't eat it. You know, like destroys it or whatever. Okay, so now to teach you about the tools really quick. So the hatchet on trees will get you wood. A hatchet on rock will get you stone. A hatchet on an animal will get you hide. The pickaxe will get you thatch from a tree. It'll get you flint from a rock. And it'll get you meat from an animal. Okay? I don't think it tells you when you look. It just says a sharp metal hatchet for harvesting wood from trees, stone from rocks, and skin from... Okay, so maybe it does tell you. Whatever. My point is, not a lot of people read this shit. Large metal pick for harvesting primarily flint from rocks, thatch from trees, and meat from... Well, there you go. It frickin' tells you, for the love of God. Whatever, but just in case you don't want to read. So that's the recap. So that's good, because I don't think that was there 10 years ago. I almost said 15 years ago. The game's really not that old. So now let's go ahead and take a look at something else here. So to quickly recap, mark down the server that you play on. Oh, I want to show you the map. When you push the touchpad on a PlayStation or options on an Xbox, you got your map here. You're going to be able to see where you are. That used to not be the case. And you'll see your coordinates at the bottom. You used to need a GPS for that. You can go ahead and hold for more info. It tells you at the top of the map. You can kind of zoom in if you think you're going to be staying on this little island so you get a little bit of a better view. Okay? When you start the game, you're going to see icons on the map. And that'll tell you where you can spawn when you first make your character. It'll actually look similar to this. This is a bunk bed, but whatever. You can also use these to fast travel. So when you first create your character, you're going to see, like, you know, easy, medium zones, like hard zones and stuff like that. And when you die, if you don't have a bed, you're not going to see these bed icons. You're going to see like a little raptor icon showing you where you can spawn. Well, I have a little base here. But if my spawn point is here without a bed, and it's up here, and it's up there, you're not necessarily going to spawn literally on that spot. It's going to be somewhere in that little area, and you could be quite a ways away on foot to get back to where your little base was. And like I said, a sleeping bag only works once. But when you die, or you want to fast travel, this is what your map's going to look like. You're always going to be able to respawn in whatever location you want. You can practically have an infinite, within reason, amount of beds for you to respawn at. When you fast travel, which I could do right now, you will 100% drop everything. It tells you right there at the top. Fast travel drops items. I don't remember if it used to do that. Like, notify you that that's what would happen. So those are kind of a big deal. So run around, punch trees, right? Make your hatchet. Make your pickaxe. Make a little spiky thing. You know, this thing, whatever the hell it's called. The spear, that's it. Make your clothes. Don't panic if you die. It does get easier. Like I said, once you get to level 7 and you make your bed and you place it on a foundation or whatever. Or on a ceiling. Anyways, yeah, on a foundation. I think you could put these on the ground. I'm not too sure. These may have to be put on a foundation piece. Either which way, that sets your spawn. Then go ahead and make a storage box. You could put your shit in there. You'll use square or X to access the inventory of whether it's a smithy, your chem bench, or anything. You can drag things over. Watch the button prompt. However, if you want to stack a whole thing in. Like, let's say I wanted this one. Go ahead and select it with X or A. Hold down on that button and pull the trigger button, RT or R2. And then, bam, you'll shoot over the whole thing over. Otherwise, if you just tap X, you're just going to do one at a time. You'll be there all year. You don't want to do that. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. This is 10 minutes, roughly. Remember the server you played on. Punch, collect shit, craft crap, make a bed, and that's it. And then, of course, eat. Naturally. You're going to want to eat those berries. That'll help in the very beginning. Cooking food, making a campfire. I don't want to make the video too long. Sure, you go ahead, make a campfire, kill some dodos, take their meat, cook it. Naturally, that's going to satiate your hunger a lot better than fucking eating berries. Okay? But like I said, I wanted to keep this somewhat simple-ish and kind of explain to you the whole engram thing, which I think I did. And then probably another very important thing that I just forgot to mention is putting your points into your character every time you level up. So what I tend to like to do is level up. Everything starts at 100. I tend to like to level up, you know, my health. Like I'm 56. I just started a few days ago. There's a 4.5 time XP event. I usually like to level up my health, my weight. Those are like some of the two primary ones. I put a little bit into fortitude, which helps with your resistances to torpidity, being knocked out by poisons, the elements, being hot or cold. But I want to say health and weight are some of the more popular ones if you want to dip a lot into stamina, oxygen, stuff like that. You can. Some people like to go melee damage. They usually don't go much above 200 at the very max, usually. Crafting skill, most people don't touch this. This makes it so that the quality of the stuff you create can be a little bit higher, I think. But it's basically the speed. I build a lot. I'm like Bob the Builder. And I like to craft a lot of stuff. So basically, my crafting is basically 50% faster. You can also Google these to get a more in-depth look at what each one actually does. I don't think you can do that in the game. I could be wrong. But yeah, you can even use the D-pad if you find your hand is a little shaky. So I'm going to go here. And then all of a sudden it gave me some more engrams. This will pop up automatically. You can skip over, like I said, some of the stuff. Like you don't have to unlock everything here. Sometimes if you go far down, it'll say, hey, you need to learn this, you need to learn that. So yeah, that's enough for now. Hopefully this was of some use, because to me this information is quite important, especially if it's your first time playing the game. This game is incredibly overwhelming. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like it, well, that's just too bad. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, we'll twist it, break it off in your ass, and feed it to this beaver. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be great now, wouldn't it? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.